first began my spiritual quest in Boston in the early 70s, 1972. And I had seen in Boston the Maharishis and the Munis, and I wasn't too impressed. And I even thought at that time, well, how do I know that I'm not going to be cheated? You know, how do I know if I choose someone that they won't cheat me? And so I decided that meeting my teacher would have to be a very meaningful experience, that it would be something beyond a shadow of a doubt that I would know that he's my teacher, he's my spiritual master. The devotees came from San Diego here to Los Angeles to see Srila Prabhupada. We came one evening, heard evening lecture, and then the next day. And when Srila Prabhupada came for evening lecture, and he sat down, and I was sitting in the back of the temple room, and something just swelled up in my heart, that tears just started coming from my eyes, and like a faucet, not sobbing, just like tears coming out. And I felt like my heart was changing. I felt that there was something in my heart that was prompting this, and it wasn't something I could stop. And the tears were like just dripping from my chin down my face, and the whole time that Srila Prabhupada gave the lecture, this was happening. And I'd heard later that when there's some emotion released in the heart like this, it's spiritual. That this was a further confirmation for me that he's my spiritual master. That for this type of event to happen that was beyond my control was definitely a spiritual experience. The whole time that Srila Prabhupada is giving class, myself and Shadananda, another lady, were crying in the Halava and saying, well, this is service and separation, trying to console ourselves of, you know, why we were absent from such a glorious and big event in our lives, that Srila Prabhupada had come to San Diego. And then after class, when everyone paid their obeisances, we ran to the kitchen door because that was the way out. And we stood at the kitchen door with our aprons on, and we had, with pranams, our hands folded, and because we knew that Srila Prabhupada would come by the kitchen door. And when he came down the stairs, he was alone. No one was following him. He had got up from the Vyasasana really quick during when everyone was offering obeisances. And he came down the stairs without anyone else. And we could see the silk of his dhoti like billowing as he came down the stairs. And then there was a bookcase underneath the stairwell, and Srila Prabhupada paused there and he looked at the books. And then he saw Shadananda and myself were standing at the kitchen door, and I felt like Srila Prabhupada knew that there were some devotees that hadn't made it to the class, and he wanted to have give us a personal experience. And so he stopped, and he offered obeisances. And so many devotees I've heard the experience that they have when Srila Prabhupada looks at you, you know he's looking at you, even if it's in a huge room with lots of devotees, but you know when you've made personal eye contact with Srila Prabhupada. And it was like that. He looked at me and he offered his folded hands. Srila Prabhupada has always touched me in a very personal way. And it's his personalism that touched me, that my relationship with him was a very personal relationship. And my remembrances and memories and interactions, minor interactions that I had with Srila Prabhupada, he made them very personal. And this is one of the things that attracts me to Srila Prabhupada, is that he continues to be personal in my life, and that he's never left. He's always interacting with me and comforting me and giving me instructions. He reasons ill who says that Vaishnavas die. Srila Prabhupada is still here.
Je anilo